Okay, so welcome to my home studio. This is going to be our basic Google Classroom rundown, I guess, for anyone that needs it. So I'm just going to go ahead and... All right, so Google Classroom. I'm going to go through all of the different functions that we've got here. From creating a class, which is super easy, to joining a class, to posting assignments, to scheduling assignments, posting other stuff, and submitting stuff and grading stuff. That's the whole rundown here. So first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to create a test class just so I can have something to work with. And I have accounts that I can use to submit work, so we can look at that. So I'm just going to write test, section 1, subject, test, room 1. Create. So creating a class takes a second. It'll be done in a minute. So I have 2 other accounts over here that I'll load up and I'll post. I'll do a thing here. So test class, you can change your theme or photo or whatever. Let's change it to. Sorry, you might be able to hear people upstairs. I have roommates, so great. All right, so we got our thing. Your class code will be over here, so you can hit this little button, and I'll bring this up. So I'm just gonna sit here and copy this. Join a class. Join a class. Okay, so now I have 2. Oh, jeez. Dishwasher's running. So now I have 2 accounts joined in the class. I can close this one out. And here is my student version. So this will be my student. This will be my teacher. And there's not a whole lot of difference. Students, unless muted, can post stuff to the classroom. Teachers can do a lot more. So now that we've created in class and joined a class, let's look at the classwork page and see what we can do on this. So I want to hit create. I want to create an assignment. So if you want to assign something to your students, say like a weekly sketch or whatever, and you just want to give them a spot to create or to submit that, weekly sketch, instructions, upload photo of sketch. Done. All the way over here, there's a lot of good functionality that we can use here. So, points, you can assign this maybe 10 points, so it's not a hugely graded thing. A due date, so we're going to make this due on Friday, the 3rd. Topic. I like to use topics a lot. So if we come over to my classroom account, and I'm just going to pull up one of my other classrooms for Digital Arts 2 that I'm using. I have all of my things broken down into topics. So the different units that I run are animation, illustration, and film. So right now I have these 3 topics going. And if I go back over to my archived classes, these are old classes that I've taught. I'm looking at Digital Arts 1. You can also break it down into project assignments, classwork, ungraded classwork, just random materials you need, and I have my intro thing, which is just one assignment. So you can break it down however you need. I like to use topics a lot. Some students don't like to go into the classwork tab, but I personally like to use topics. I think it makes things much easier. Let's come back here, close this out. I can use my broadcast one actually, which has some good topic things. So they're all posted into the month that they're supposed to be reporting on for broadcasting. So the topics can work for you. I'm just going to create a topic, hit tests, and then I can use that topic for whatever I need. Now, the last thing I want to do is look at rubric. So you can either... I will move myself out of the way here. Stick me over here. I can either import a rubric that I'm already using from Google Sheets, but that's a little buggy, so I wouldn't do that. Or I can create or reuse one. So I'm going to create one, and this is what takes the longest. So criterion 1, how well you do things. Points, and here you can assign point totals to the different levels of the criterion. So if I do like 10, great, and then 8, good, 6, okay, 4, not great, 2, bad, 0, not finished. So I can definitely do that, and then you can add as many criterion as you want. So I'm just gonna not save that, and I'm gonna go ahead and reuse one of my rubrics that I already have. So I can go through my different classes that I want a rubric from. So I can pull this down, and I can go to my Digital Arts 1 class, and I can grab my mundane portrait or my mundane photography rubric, which is my updated rubric with 8 different things. So if you look at this, I can click on it, and we can just go ahead and look through this whole thing. I have 8 different levels for 5 different criteria. So I've broken it down into 0.5s because it was broken down into 5s already. But I just wanted to break it down a little more. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I guess there's 9 because 0 counts. Sorry. But I can go down here, look at all this. Okay, this rubric took me a little while to mock up. But I like it, and it works for all of my classes. So I don't know what happens when the rubric and the point total are different. We're going to find out, I guess. So I'm just going to hit assign. If you want to schedule something, next to the assign button is a little thing that says schedule, and that can help if you are doing a bunch of assignments at once and you want to just post throughout the week. You can use the schedule function. So if I just type some gibberish into here, I can hit schedule, and then I can tell the computer what day, what time I want to assign that. So I'm going to delete this draft because we don't need it anymore. Okay, so now my weekly sketch. There's only 2 students in the class, which are both me. When I click on it, I just got an email that I posted an assignment. When I click on it, I can hit view assignment, and it'll show me the work that all of my students have assigned or have uploaded. So since there's no work attached, I don't have, there's nothing showing up here. But if I come into test 1, stream was updated, and I go into classwork, I see weekly sketch, I can hit view assignment, and here on the student tab, you as a student can see all of the rubric things. So you can click these and actually look at what each of them mean. You hit add or create. I want to do a Google Drive file, which, oh geez, I have so much stuff. Upload a file from my device. And then just documents. I'm just going to pick a random thing. Oh, let's grab this picture of Tony Shalhoub. That's going to be my sketch, weekly sketch assignment. Okay, so I have my thing. It's uploading. Got it. You hit turn in, and the student can hit any assignments here or any private comments you want. But once I turn it in, this is no longer there. You can see I got my good old Tony Shalhoub. But now, come back over to my teacher page. You can see who's uploaded. So my other account has not uploaded anything, but my one account has. So I've uploaded this Tony Shalhoub thing. I can go into here, click this, and it will bring me into a new window. In here, I can Say great, 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 great. And as you can see, oh, that's really nice. As I grade it on the rubric, just clicking the different levels that I want, it will assign it a grade based on it'll adapt it to the point total that the thing is on. So that's really nice. So I use this rubric for all of my projects. It's just a nice little rubric. It helps me a lot. And once I'm done grading, I can, as a private comment, good work on that thing, post, and I can hit return, and that will return it to the student. Okay, so that's the basic rundown of all of the Google Classroom stuff that I personally use. As far as the rest of Classroom goes, you can add almost anything to Google Classroom. So let's say I am making an assignment and I have a thing that I want all of my students to fill out. So a perfect example of this is my photography handout. This is a self-guided thing I have all my students do. Photo handout. It's a Google Doc. Fill it in. So I'm going to add from my Google Drive. It's in my Digital Arts 1 folder. So I'm going to come down here to Digital 1. It's in Photo. Self-guided camera activity. So I'm just going to click this. Now here is where you can give materials to your students individually. So I can go right here, and I want to make a copy for everybody. And then due date, whatever. Rubric, reuse rubric, boom, select. And then for any text-based things, you can hit originality report. And that's actually a really nice little thing because wait. 3 assignments per class? What the heck? That sounds so fake. Alright, whatever. I will look at that later. Originality reporting is a nice tool because it lets you see when students are copying and pasting things from the internet. So I can hit assign here, and it says make a copy for each student. And there's one more thing I want to show you after this. And then I'll edit and post this. So I have my photo handout. It does not have a topic because I didn't need one. But now on my student account, I can go to classwork, I can go to photo handout, and now this is my personal photo handout. So each student will have their own personal thing. I can type some gibberish in here, and then I can hit just turn in once this Google Doc is updated, because it's updated. See all the gibberish I typed. I can hit turn in. And oh yes, last thing that I want to show everybody. So I'm going to close out the student account because that's pretty much all we need to do. Actually, let me reopen that. But I just want to quick review. To submit something, God, I know. To submit something, you hit add or create, and you can either create one of these new things, or you can add a link, a file, or something off your Google Drive. When students take photos on their Chromebook, it'll end up in their Google Drive, so you can put it in there. And then the last thing that I want to show you is create reuse posts. This is a new function for Google Classroom. This is the first time I've seen it, and it's so useful. So if I want to create a post, say since I run 4 different Digital Arts 2 classes, and I want to create a post for them, I can say, let's reuse the post for the Knives Out, my Knives Out thing. I don't know why it's all highlighted. And you want to make sure you check create new copies of all attachments, because what that's going to do is it's going to create new Google Forms, new links, all that stuff for each class, so you can have them separate. And then I hit reuse. It takes a minute to load. And here we go. It's coming. It's coming. It takes a minute because it's got to copy all the materials you have. Okay, so it's ungraded over here. Watch Knives Out. Using the following link. So I have a video link for Knives Out. I don't have a due date on here right now, but I did on my original post. I don't have a topic on here. So you fill in the topic, fill in the rubric, but it will create a new thing for a new link for all of your files that you uploaded here, which is a very nice thing. So I can schedule, discard, save, assign, whatever. I'm just going to discard that. So that is the gist of Google Classroom. That's the basic things that you can do. The rubric function is really handy. The reuse post and reuse rubric function is really handy. Grading is a breeze on here, and I guess when you return work, students can see where they lost points, and you can even put it in the comments here why they may have lost those individual points. They can see their grade up here, and then in Classroom you can see the grades. What we got going here. Okay, so if anyone needs extra help, let me know, because I will happily help people. I'm going to be pretty much here forever until this quarantine ends, which I don't think we're going to be back in school on the 13th, but that's just me. Who knows? So let me know if you need help. Yeah, that's all I got.